Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces 222. It is Sunday, October 6th, 2019. I'm going to do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to Brandon for these gorgeous tarot cards that I received yesterday. Thank you so much. They're gorgeous. I'm going to use them today for the Divine Feminine Collective today, and they're just gorgeous. I really appreciate you guys so much. I just can't even explain it. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So first card out today is Uranus, and oh my goodness, patience is back. Yeah, so twins definitely very impatient today, feeling like time is getting the better of them, worrying about things, just in general feeling like the clock is ticking, like the clock is running out for some reason. But keep in mind, like divine timing, it can take a while. And time is just a 3D construct anyway, right? There really is no time. So stop focusing on time, stop focusing on this idea that you have to complete this within a certain amount of time. Every connection is different, and every connection is going to have a different flow, so to speak, okay? So one of the reasons why, those of us who do collective readings, we do stress very much that it's not going to resonate for everyone, okay? It's just not. It's impossible, okay? I tap into a specific collective when I do a reading, okay? Now, I mean, if obviously you want to look into your personal situation, you can book a reading with me to get more specifics, but, I feel like a lot of twins right now are very impatient. And Divine Masculine mostly impatient with himself right now, very much so. He's definitely... I feel like he feels a little bit better, a little bit more secure in who he is, a little bit less confused, so to speak, right? But there is still that element of insecurity within him right now. A lot of fire coming in today, so a lot of passion, a lot of drive, I do feel, for Divine Masculine right now. It's like he's really driven to get out of his karmic situation. He's driven at work. He's driven to move things forward. And Divine Feminine also in this energy today, I do feel. A lot of you who found your mission are really amped up about your mission and starting, the ball rolling and that sort of thing. So collectively, it's kind of like a mix of feeling good and a mix of not feeling so good about yourself. So there's like a, I don't know, there's like a back and forth here. And it's mirrored between the twins right now. So if you're feeling anxious, your twin is probably feeling anxious as well. So more fire coming in here today. So definitely sexual energy, very much so, going on right now between the twins, okay? A lot of triggers also. A lot of triggers coming in. Triggers of past life stuff, inner child wounds, things like that. Definitely very strong today. So be wary of the triggers. Well, don't be wary. Be aware of the triggers, right? When they come, so that you can heal them, right? That's what they're for, is to show you what needs to be healed. Okay, so just be aware of that, right? Because for the most part, Divine Feminine, at least, has understood this for quite a while, that the point of the journey, the point of all of this really is for her ascension, is for her to reach that place where she's happy within herself. She understands that she's happy within herself, and she doesn't need anything outside of herself to complete her, right? And Divine Masculine's getting this. They are very slowly, but they are getting this, okay? A lot of them are breaking a lot of illusions right now, illusions that they've had since childhood, that their happiness is based on someone else's happiness, right? And that's a hard lesson to learn, especially when you've been programmed for your entire life that your happiness is based on pleasing someone else, whether that be a parent, a partner, just anyone, a boss, whatever. That's a very hard lesson to learn. So very much in their heads today about this again, and I feel some throat chakra issues coming through here. Also, third eye and head chakra, heart chakra, so I might want to clear those out. those of you who resonate with this. Everybody should anyway, but, you know, I do feel that there is a certain number in the collective that are having issues with these particular chakras. Okay, so definitely want to clear those out, but just keep in mind, you know, you want to try to stay out of the ego as much as possible. I know it's really, really easy. You know, he blocked me, so I'm going to block him back, you know, that sort of thing. That is an ego move, okay? Just try to stay away from that. It's very, very easy to fall into that trap, so don't do it, okay? All right, Divine Masculine. Let's see what's going on with Divine Masculine today. Yeah. Okay, so definitely feeling still kind of pulled between the connection and the karmic situation, right? But at this time, it's almost like he feels the ascension, he feels the awakening, he feels a little bit more in control of himself, of his triggers, of the feelings that he's having right now in his, I'm going to say tower moment, because a lot of them are going through tower moments right now, right? The divine definitely stepping in here, kind of intervening in these situations to kind of push the connection forward, to push the, you know, the ending of cycles and that sort of thing. So it's happening, Divine Masculine, feeling very pulled in two different directions right now, and he's trying to stand on his own 2 feet right now. He's trying to understand that it's really about him. It's about him and his inner alignment, right? Because he's one half of the 1111, right? The 2 of Wands. All right? So he's understanding that, and he's trying to balance it out. He really is. Like, his inner self is trying to help him balance it out. He feels unbalanced. He understands the imbalance. Like, he understands now he's been giving this energy to these situations that do not serve him, and it's draining him. And it's draining him very, very much so. And I know I spoke, you know, a couple of videos ago, skipping again, hang on. A couple of videos ago, where it's like the Divine Masculine feeling so drained in his karmic situation, and then Divine Feminine sending him energy, and he's using that energy to replace the energy he's lost from these situations. So it's like he's draining Divine Feminine to replenish his own energy, right? And I feel like he understands that now. It's like he's been siphoning this energy, but he needs to kind of come back to terms to the fact that he needs to control it himself, right? He needs to stop using Divine Feminine's energy incorrectly, so to speak. So coming to that realization, Divine stepping in and showing him, okay, so this energy that's being sent to you is for a purpose. Don't waste it. It's being sent to you to help you, but it's not being sent to you for you to feed off of, okay? So as they rebuild these situations, as they rebuild from these towers and start building up their foundations, right, they're understanding, okay, so this energy I'm getting, I need to put to good use, okay? So it's like they're coming into these realizations again that these situations they've been in have been very imbalanced, yes, but they're also taking and not giving energy to the connection. Okay, so they're coming into that realization, and a lot of them are starting to actually give energy to the connection itself. So instead of you sending everything to them and them just taking, it's like, okay, they're taking, they're getting it, and then they're sending it back. So you've got this constant back and forth of the connection, which you may be feeling this in the 5D, you may be feeling a little bit more energetic, you may be feeling some good things actually coming from your Divine Masculine because they're sending out that energy, they're sending out the good vibes, right? Instead of the negativity, instead of the anxiety, the fear, everything that comes with that dark night of the soul, right? Because they understand the decision now, they understand what the Divine has been trying to show them that they need to do. Okay, so another 2 card, another 11 card, right? So they're coming into that inner alignment. They're figuring it out. They're trying to balance themselves out. And again, a lot of them are waking up to the fact that they have this ability, this intuition, especially the intuitive abilities to actually see things as they are, and to see things before they actually happen, and to actually listen to what the intuition is telling them to do instead of what others around them are telling them to do, what the little voice in the back of their head is telling them to do, you know. So they're understanding the breaking down of the ego is very, very important, and they're basically, you know, kind of pushing that aside and listening more to their intuition, which is really good, especially when it comes to the karmic situations. Okay, so again, a lot of them in these karmic situations incredibly toxic, incredibly toxic. Again, you know, I'm seeing baby mamas, wives, mothers, that sort of thing. You know, and it's been rooted into them again. It's been rooted into them that their happiness is based on someone else's happiness, and it may be this person, whatever this person is, or they've been programmed by this person. You know what I mean? So this is definitely still an issue, but they're understanding that, they're recognizing it for the issue that it is, okay? And they have recognized it for a while. They just weren't ready to make that decision, but it's decision time now, and they're doing it. And a lot of them are seeing a lot of success with, you know, their spirituality is growing, you know, these decisions that they're making, they're actually seeing good things coming from these decisions that they're making, and it's spurring them to keep going and to keep listening to the intuition and to make those decisions to better themselves, or to, you know, maybe some of them, you know, getting some really good feedback at work, or, you know, getting promotions, raises, that sort of thing. It's like things are manifesting for them in the 3D that they really didn't realize, or they didn't know that they had the power to do, right? And so they're seeing this happen, they're seeing the manifestation happen, and it's like they're becoming more and more in tune with themselves and with their spirituality, which is helping them manifest their way out of the karmic situations, right? Yay, good news. All right, Divine Feminine, let's take a look at you. And these cards are so pretty. Oh my god. Yes. All right, so, yeah, inner balance. Inner balance. So this is definitely being mirrored right now. So Divine Feminine definitely coming into that inner balance, balancing out the dark and the light, balancing out her masculine and feminine. You know, she's bringing her chakras into alignment. She's getting that inner alignment and trying to balance all of that out. And I know this has been a long process because it's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I do feel a lot of Divine Feminines are finally in this energy. They're balancing themselves out. They're able to control their emotions. They're able to control their triggers and learn from them instead of constantly reverting back into this woe is me sort of state, right? So yeah, that decision there, the you know, listening to spirit, taking that spiritual knowledge that she's learned here, and you know, using it to manifest the things in her life that she needs to manifest, whether that be her coins, whether that be the ending of cycles and whatnot. So she's doing it, right? She's in her power, she's finding her inner strength, and she's moving forward without fear, right? And, you know, manifesting the things in her life that she needs to manifest. She understands the decisions in her own life that she needs to make, right? She understands the things that need to fall away, and they're going to fall away regardless, you know, so she's not mourning it. She's actually embracing it, and she's moving on to the next step, right? She's tired of this whole circus juggling act, right? She's done with it. So she's, you know, she's planting the seeds for her future as far as, you know, her spirituality goes, as far as her mission goes, and of course, you know, the ending of karmic cycles, the ending of toxicity. You know, she's planting that seed so that, you know, things will manifest for her, and she's really in this energy, you know, really in this energy of moving forward, you know, no longer feeling like she's not good enough. She's understanding within herself she is good enough, and she is building it. She's building it higher. She's building it stronger. You know, after all these towers that she's had, a lot of land here. That's amazing, right? So breaking away from the toxic cycles, understanding the duality of things, understanding that she can see through pretty much anything anyone is putting out, right? She's no longer feeling held back. She's no longer feeling stuck by these toxic situations. You know, she's breaking free, and she's understanding that her abundance is in her own hands right now. Okay? And she has been giving very, very much so energetically to some situations, again, that do not serve her, and she's understanding that. So she's pulled back. She's pulled back. She may have pulled back from the Divine Masculine, okay? And that's okay. You got to do your thing. You've got to do your thing. Oh, aren't these cards gorgeous? Oh, I love them. Oh. Okay, sorry. All right, so let's get some messages from the counterparts today. Oh, okay. So some of you may, actually be friends with your Divine Masculine, and they're telling you that you're just friends, but it's a facade. Okay? It's not true. Okay? They do understand the connections, and, they're remembering conversations that you've had. They may be going through old messages, maybe old text messages, that sort of thing. And remembering all of these conversations. And some of them, it's like they're going through them and they're understanding there's a lot of synchronicities with the conversations that you've had with them, and that's like triggering them and clicking them into gear, right? So a lot of them are regretful. They understand that you didn't like what they did. Does that make sense? And they know that. And they're having a hard time forgiving themselves. A lot of them ghosted. Right, which is a thing, but they do feel sorry about it. They do feel very tied down right now. They're working on it, but they still feel tied down. Okay, and they're understanding that this is something that they can fix, but they are very tied down. A lot of them are very tied down with karmic situations, especially codependency as far as financial goes. Okay, they really, a lot of them are very, very closed as far as the heart space goes. So they don't let people close to them. They don't show emotion. And the fact that you were able to break that wall really freaked them out. Okay? Really freaked them out. And the fact that it's like you could see them. You could actually see them for who they were through the facade, through everything. And that freaked them out. Okay? A lot of them are very dependent on their families, or their families are dependent on them, or they're dependent on someone's good graces within the family. A lot of them are afraid that they'll be ousted from their families if they make these decisions. Okay, so there's a lot of family issues right now going on with the counterparts. Okay, and again, he's trying to get into this space where he doesn't react. Okay, he's trying to suppress. He's trying to repress. When he sees someone who looks like you, or maybe, hears your name and things like that, it does trigger him, and he's trying to get to that point where it doesn't. Okay, he's starting to recognize the triggers. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a step. It's a good step. All right, messages from the universe. Yeah, a lot of you guys need some inner child work for sure. Need to keep working on that inner child work. It's incredibly, incredibly important. Okay, I know it's painful. It's very painful. Very painful, okay? But you have to do it. You need to work on it, okay? Because there's so much beneath the surface here. And a lot of you, you'll be very, very surprised at what unearths, like stuff that you thought you had forgotten, stuff you thought you'd gotten over, right? So a lot of you are going to be, probably seeing signs, synchronicities, number sequences, that sort of thing, and it's going to trigger you. But just remember to let it flow, let it purge from you, so that you can release it, okay, and you can find that inner peace. All right. Ask your guides for help if you need it. All right. Ask the divine for help if you need it, because the divine has your back, and the divine is guiding this for you. So don't be afraid to ask. Find a support group. There are a lot of support groups out there for twin flames, believe it or not. So if you're feeling lonely, you're feeling alone, definitely reach out to someone. A lot of you do have past life karma, built up in these connections, okay, many, many lives together, built up a lot of karma, so need to release that, need to learn to release that. You can meditate. You can find a professional that will help you. There are people out there that do like past life regression and things like that to help kind of lift this karma from you, so that you can move on and you can find your inner happiness, okay? Because there's a lot of guilt in some of these connections, and I love that we're ending with this. Again, Divine Masculine definitely going through awakenings right now. They're understanding a little bit more. They're understanding who they are. They're coming into their power. They're recognizing you for who you are. Okay, some of them might be fighting it, and that's normal, but eventually, it'll all fall into place. They'll all just be like, "All right, I get it." Right? All right, guys. Well, I hope this has helped. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.